Hello and welcome to my first ever podcast episode and the first episode of Traitors Recaps. I am your host, Gary, and basically we're going to be going over what happened in Traitors episodes 1 through 3, basically every episode that premiered on premiere night. If you are new to my channel, or if you're listening to the audio version on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, welcome. I am very excited to be starting this. I am a huge fan of the Traitors. I watched season 1 when it came out in 2023, and I can't believe it's gone on to be this big, show and phenomenon as it is. It's really cool to see that the audience just keeps growing larger and larger each year. And I'm excited to have these conversations with people on who watch the show and what their thoughts are on the show. Um, I cannot wait to discuss. What are we going to be discussing? Uh, we'll be discussing obviously what happened in the episodes. I'll be giving my personal thoughts on it because I have a lot. These episodes were very crazy. I say it's a good start to the season so far. I like this season so far. I know a lot of people are like 50-50. We just came off a really huge season, season 3, where we had huge characters like Danielle, Gabby, Carolyn, Bob the Drag Queen. So, it's going to be a tough one to follow. And we also are also coming off of my personal favorite season, season 2, so, but yeah, we'll also be going over the cast, obviously, and stuff. And I know I'm give my insights on each and every person, and I'll make my predictions on who I think is going to get murdered and who I think is going to get vanished next, because the episode is tomorrow. This will definitely contain spoilers, so if you have not seen the 3 episodes, I definitely recommend you go and watch those and then come back to this podcast and watch it. So yeah, so the premiere I thought was cool. Basically, they all are talking in their cars and stuff, and they're all like saying, "I'm from Big Brother. I'm from Survivor," and they basically introduce each other. Lisa and Dorinda are having a blast. They're having they are so excited to see each other, and Dorinda is back for her second season. She was on the last season, but she got murdered first. Um, and yeah, and then Tara and Johnny are actually best friends in real life. So I cannot believe they casted 2 best friends. That's like them casting me and my best friend Ariana. Like, that's crazy. They're not going to play like as they are best friends. They're kind of going on like other sides of the house, which I think is very smart, because people are paranoid in this game. You could literally like look like this, and then they'll get paranoid. So I think that's very smart of them to not reveal themselves as, besties, because that's definitely very like sketchy, and people will definitely call them out over that. We have a Love Island mini reunion. Mora and Rob. Uh, Mora's like, "I hope you're gonna protect me in this game," and then Rob was like, "Sure." Like, he did not care at all. Like, he did not give a fuck, and I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was very funny. So yeah. So then they're all happy. They're all getting to know each other. They're all like kind of talking shit about each other, and then they all get to, you know, the what is it? Where like they like did the secret traitor thing. So another big twist is the secret traitor. There's going to be one secret traitor, and it's completely random. Like, not even the audience gets to know. And the traitors will not know either. Obviously, the faithfuls are not going to know. The only person who knows is Alan and the production crew. This pissed me off. Like, this isn't the mole. I'm not watching, like, I don't like to have stuff being secret. I like stuff, known. I hate secrets. Secrets are terrible. Sometimes you got to keep the secrets, though. I completely understand. I'm talking about secrets that like are like life damaging secrets a little bit, but then again, traders aren't really that life damaging, so I'm sure it won't be that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, they have a secret trader and it's random. I'm not going to reveal who the secret trader is until later because, spoiler alert, they got banished. So yeah. Um, so my immediate suspects were, I think, Ron, Michael, or Colton. I don't know. I try to I watch reality TV for like almost 10 years now. So I know what like editing is. And usually if they get a pretty like edit that's like more than like 50 seconds, I know they're definitely going to be like a big plot in the storyline. So they had a little bit too much screen time, which I thought was a little suspicious. I definitely thought it was a little uh, weird. And I was like, okay, definitely one of them are the traders. My mind, I thought it was Colton. At first, I thought it was Ron, and then it switched to Colton. So I was like, okay, Colton, you are definitely the secret trader. I definitely think you are a suspect of mine. I definitely think you are a traitor. Like, there's no way you were not. Um, but spoiler alert, none of these were the correct picks. So, so then we get to the round table where they pick the traders. And my predictions for the traders were going to be Monet Exchange, Tiffany, and Donna. Those were my picks, right? I thought those picks were excellent. You know, I watched Tiffany on Big Brother. I loved her on Big Brother. I definitely knew she had trader potential. Um, you know, but I was wrong. So, which I'm not too mad that I was wrong. I actually kind of like these trader picks. It's a little bit different than it was last season. Last season, it was a lot of gamers. This season, it's mainly housewives and Love Island. So the first trader we have is Candace, which I thought was a great pick. I think she's doing good so far. She has been caught in a little trouble, which we'll get into later. So I'm a little worried for her. I definitely could see her being the first main three trader out. But we'll see. This game switches up very quick. The person who I think might be the most safe will probably go home. It's really a full 180. The second one was Lisa. I know I've not seen what Real Housewives is she on? Is she on Los Angeles or Beverly Hills? Hold on just a second. I don't know if you can see my screen or not. I hope you can. Okay, Lisa Rinna. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, okay. Why is there a picture of Ryan Gosling and Blake Lively under the Lisa Rinna's IMDb page? And why are they with fucking Mickey Mouse? Okay, whatever. I'm getting off topic. Sorry. Um, um, I thought people said she was a little bit of a villain, so I think she's doing great so far. I don't think anyone's really suspecting her. Portia did suspect her. I will like to mention that. So I definitely do think she could be a little bit of trouble. And yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Rob R was the last trader, and oh my god, he is the perfect choice. I definitely think this was a great choice by production because if y'all saw how he was on Live Island, he was a little bit of a villain on that show. I don't know about season 5. I haven't seen that season, but season 6, he was definitely a villain. So I thought that was a great choice, and I think it was great that they brought on, the Love Island some of the Love Island season 6 because that season was really popular. So it's definitely smart of them to put one person on the cast. We definitely got to get the PPG, on the show. That'd be fun. Or God, I don't know who else. I feel like Ace would from season 7 would be really good as a trader. I could definitely see that. Um, I don't know. I'd like to see Ace play Big Brother. I think that'd be a very the fuck is that? Whatever. Um. Anyways, he's doing fine so far. I mean, once again, I think all three of them are doing good. They just have little flaws. Oh, I think Lisa said something about Candace, so that definitely was a little bit of a flaw for Lisa and Candace. It was kind of a flaw for both of them. Rob R. I don't think there's any suspicion on Rob R's right now. A lot of people are like friends with him and stuff, which is shocking to me because have you seen how he is on Love Island? It's just proof men get away with everything. Um, like I think Johnny was like trying to do like an ice skater thing with him. He was like trying to catch him and stuff. And then like uh Monet was like, oh, he's fine as fuck, which I mean is wrong. But but yeah, we'll see. Um let's see. Tiffany clocks Michael. So Tiffany thinks Michael is a traitor. And Michael's being annoying as fuck. Oh my god, Michael drives me crazy. We'll get more into that later, but I think it's so fun that like everyone hates Michael. Like it's one thing that the casuals and the super fan can come together is we all fucking hate Michael Rappaport. I think that's hilarious that everyone hates him because first of all, he's in Zionist, which fucking ew, that's disgusting. And you know, he's just a huge bigot and Kenya Moore clocked him. So thank you, Kenya, for doing the dirty work. Um so the traitors can murder anyone from the a list that the secret traitor choose gives them. So they cannot actually murder people who they want to murder. And which I thought was kind of interesting. I think the secret traitor would have been an okay twist. I personally would have hated it because once again, this isn't the mole. You know, I want to figure out who's doing everything. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Then we go to a boring ass challenge. I'm sorry. I hate the challenges. I think they're such like a waste of time. I think some of them are interesting, and some of them are just plain out boring. This one was kind of interesting though, because it actually had to do with the game. I like the ones that actually had to do with the game. Um, there was a lot of people nominated. So they had to like ride like a boat, and they had to like put tomb coffins. Why did I say tombstones? They had to put like coffins in a graveyard, and they had to basically it was symbolism of who's going to get nominated for murder. So, oh, the secret traitor does not know who the traitors are. I forgot to mention that, which I think is very important because that'd be crazy. If they knew who the traitors are. Like that'd be crazy. So the people who are nominated, it was nine people, I think. It was Ron. Um, Ron was nominated. Um, Rob R from Love Island was nominated. Eric was nominated. Michael was nominated. Donna was nominated. Uh, Rob C, Dorinda, Ian, and Mark. So yeah. Um, let's see. Rob C, what I think was a little frustrated with people picking like just like smart people and not smart people, like just you know people that weren't gonna do much in the game, and when they could have been going after like you know huge players. Which I mean I don't blame him, I guess, but I think he definitely was one of the huge players because he's a gamer. So obviously everybody was going to be looking an extra eye for gamers this season. Um, Johnny fell in the water. I don't know why I put that. That had literally nothing to do with the game. I guess I put it because I thought it was funny. Oh, Michael was pissed when people nominated him, which I enjoyed. He was throwing a tantrum like a fucking dreaded baby. It was pathetic, but it was funny to watch because I hate him. Candace has a little strategic moment. She has a little mastermind moment. Basically, she wanted Donna nominated, and she was like, Donna's, you know, very suspicious. I forgot what she said, but it was like, God, do you guys know what she said? I forgot what she said. Oh my gosh. But it was like hilarious. Or she like was saying, if I had to get rid of America's mom, I will get rid of America's mom. And I just thought it was amazing. I completely forgot what she said. I am so sorry, you guys. Um, I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. I don't know. Um, let's see. Portia almost got nominated, but she did not. But she was upset, obviously. I probably would be too, because, you know. Um, but she's also relieved at the same time because, you know, they missed like 5 seconds. Um, losers have to dig their graves, and everyone who didn't get, you know, nominated for murder got to go back and relax, and they got to eat their food. They got to eat their bougie Scottish food. Um, and then there's a little bit of a fight between Portia and Michael and Candace. Basically, I think Candace said something to Portia in the car, and about Michael, and he wanted to go after the housewives. So Portia confronts Michael, and I can't really remember. God, I have dementia like Mora, but I think I forgot what she said. But she did bring Candace into it, and Candace was caught in a little bit of fire, and that definitely was not a good move on her part. Um, but I was always going to be on Portia's side because, you know, she's up against Michael Rappaport, who is literally the most fucking hated person on earth. So, you know, Maura was also involved too. Thank goodness for Candace that Maura had dementia because she would have been caught really. Has this thing been recording? I feel like it's been longer than 17 minutes. Um, she would have been in serious hot water. So, you know, that was definitely a mistake on Portia's or Candace's part. But then Portia and Candace make up. They're like, okay, you know, it was just a little misunderstanding. I don't like that they kind of like gaslighted Portia into thinking she was wrong because she was completely right. Like, she definitely was right for bringing that up. Um, it's unfortunate that she was kind of gaslighted into thinking she was wrong. But yeah. Then we get to the turret meeting, and the secret traitor puts on the list for them to murder four people: Rob R, Ian, Mark, and Eric. So there were, unfortunately, here's a little bit of spoilers. There were rumors that Ian was the first one vanished. There was like before the show even premiered. Um, I think people just like guessed like in the trailers and stuff. People are very smart. People have way more time than I do. God, they have way more time than I do because I would have never figured that out. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be Ian. I was like, oh fuck, it's definitely gonna be him then. Um, so that's pretty much the end of episode one, and now we get into episode two. Um, I don't know why my first note for this episode is Portia loves her breakfast. You know what? She's so real for that. I fucking love breakfast too. So shout out to you, Portia. Candace is in hot water, still from the Michael Rappaport comment the other day, but I think she like smoothed it out after this next person gets banished. Dorinda comes back and she starts crying because she actually gets to make it to breakfast. You know, it was a little over dramatic, but I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably do the same too. So I can't even be mad at her for that. Um, there's definitely a conflict between Jam Jam and Rob. Jam Jam feels like, or Rob feels like Jam Jam is a traitor, and they definitely have a little bit of a little. I don't want to say rivalry because they didn't like actively like hate each other, but I definitely think they had a little distrust with each other. So then we get revealed on who is murdered, and it is unfortunately Ian. I'm a little sad that Ian's the first one gone. You know, it wasn't my first choice, but it wasn't my last choice. Um, especially after the season he had on Big Brother 22. If y'all do not watch Big Brother, I do not recommend watching Big Brother 22. It is one of the worst seasons I have ever seen of a reality TV show. It is so boring, so predictable, and makes you want to, like, seriously, so boring. Um, People are already suspecting Michael, which oh, I forgot to mention the traitors did want to murder Michael. We could have had Michael out first and avoided all of his, controversies and stuff. But sadly, we didn't. Sadly, he had to be fucking alive. So people are already looking at Michael as a huge suspect. They thinking of murdering him and stuff. I can't remember what exactly. I think it's just because he was very vocal and very active. Um, and then Portia talks to. I can't remember who it was, but it was Ron, Donna, and I think Michael. And she basically said, we killed Ian, and said two faithfuls. Said two faithfuls. Oh, I think I meant she said it to two faithfuls. That makes way more sense. I was like, what the hell was I saying there? So yeah, which Portia, I love you, girl, but like, come on. Why would you say that? Like, people get paranoid over anything. Um, yeah, I know this is the same girl who said 265 days a year, so I can't be too surprised about it. But yeah, it was not looking too good for her after that. Ron was looking at her as like a huge suspect, which I mean, I guess I don't really blame him. I mean, once again, people get paranoid over anything, so I can't really blame him too much. Um, so then they get to a challenge where they get shields. Tiffany, Candace, and Caroline are asked to sit in the throne. Uh, Candace at the start. Dorinda then replaces Candace's spot, which gets Candace a little bit irritated. Um, and then I can't remember who were. Oh yeah, the three like final Shield members were Jam Jam, Caroline, and Colton. Um, Colton made this whole strategy that he was going to wait until the end and stuff, to get the shield, um, which I guess it worked. I'll give it to him. He got this very Golden Boy edit, very Peter from season two, very Dylan Efron from season three edit, which kind of pissed me off because I don't know. I just don't like him that much. Heard, I've heard he's had like a stalking scandal with stalking his ex. Um, and Yam Yam get into like a little bit of an argument. Mora is obviously very upset. I think Mora is very entertaining. I did not expect to like her because she reminded me of Ekin-Su from season two, and I was not the biggest fan of Ekin-Su. I like her a little bit now that I rewatched it, but I was not the biggest fan of her when I first watched the season. I thought she was annoying. Um, but yeah, Mora and is very upset with Jam Jam, and everyone is kind of um, you know, a little upset with Jam Jam. Jam Jam is not playing that good. Um, right now, I definitely do see him as a good, banishment. Um, so yeah, I definitely see him getting banished soon. Michael throws a tantrum. I drag Michael a lot in these notes. People are suspicious of Donna. I think mainly Colton is suspicious of Donna. He kind of gets everyone put on Donna. Uh, a lot of people think Donna's like way too, nice for this game, and that makes her suspicious and stuff. Which, to be honest, I literally would have never thought of that. But you know, spoiler alert, they were kind of right. Um, so Then we get to the round table, and it's Ron and versus Portia. Portia tries to defend herself because that was obviously a huge slip up, and she obviously tries to defend herself, which I thought she did like a decent job. She didn't do a great job because obviously, spoiler alert, she got banished. But you know, um, but I thought she did fine. And then there's some suspicions on Candace, and then Candace kind of goes back to putting the suspicion on Donna, who's already a huge potential banishment tonight, and Ron is also uh, on her radar now. Like, I think he'll probably get banished pretty soon. Um, and then we get to the votes, and I can't remember what the vote count was, but people spelled her Portia's name very weirdly. It was like Portia, and then Por, like the car Porsche. Um, so then she gets banished, and I cannot believe she's a second boot. I did not think she was going to be a second boot. It's crazy. We have not had that best of luck with second boots in the trainers. Like last season was West. Okay, he was whatever. Was it West or Wells? Wells. And then season two we had Peppermint, which I was definitely very sad about. And then season one Geraldine, she was a mess, but like it would have been fun to see her stay in the game longer. And I was team her because I didn't really like Michael that much. Now looking back, I think Michael definitely provided entertainment, but I was definitely team Geraldine back then. Um, so then I love the duo of Candace and Tiffany. I think they're such a cute duo together. They're like holding hands, or they like, what is it called? They're like holding hands and stuff, and I just think it's very adorable. Obviously, everyone's looking at Rom because Rom was the main reason why Portia got out. Um, Everyone's looking at him kind of suspicious, and he definitely is on a lot of people's radar. Um, So then they have to do a murder in plain sight. And I can't remember what it had to do with the secret trader, but I think they got to meet them the night if they did probably murder in plain sight. Um, so they had to like Candace does this great strategy of a conga line. Uh, and it worked. I mean, literally everyone got in on it. It was hilarious. Like except for C. Rob C was very suspicious of her, and I was like, damn, like Rob C is very, very smart, so it's not surprising that we got to um that he like clocked it like that. Like I'm not surprised by that at all. I mean, he literally does a podcast like 24/7. Shout out to Rob, has a podcast. Um, and then so Rob R gets the cards while Candace does the conga line. He grabs them, and it's Monet, Rob C, Tara, and Kristen. I'm not a fan of these picks. There's no Colton or Michael. I think there should be at least one of them. Um, Tara stares while Rob and Lisa play chess. They're trying to figure out who they're gonna murder, and they finally figured out who they murdered. They lit the card on the fireplace. Um, Rob and Lisa both knew, but Candace did not knew. She was the only person who was going to be surprised with the faithfuls on who was going to be murdered. Um, Ron, okay, so now we're about to get to episode three. Ron is still on a lot of people's radar. Everyone is looking at him. Um, and flipped. I don't know what that means. Tiffany tells Michael about uh, Jam Jam voting Portia or Jam Jam voting Michael, and this automatically. Oh, I forgot to mention back on the round table where Portia got banished. Michael like slipped up and he like said something like very stupid, and everyone immediately like clocked him. He was getting jumped on. It was hilarious. Like Mora was jumping him. I think Natalie was jumping him. Eric, Kristen, like people who were in like the episode for like a minute jumped him. It was hilarious. Um, so yeah, Tiffany tells Michael about Jam Jam, and this counters a fight between Jam Jam and Michael, and they obviously go at it with each other. Jam Jam is all pissed that Michael got the shield, which I really don't get why getting the shield is seen as a selfish thing. Honestly, if you're ever gonna play Traitors, I guess just don't get a shield. Like, if you're gonna be murdered the first night, it's better than getting a shield, apparently, according to these. And the person who was murdered was Rob C. A lot of people are upset about this, which I mean I understand because this was his first reality show in like 22 years. It's a little bit unfortunate. I definitely think it was a good move on the Traitors because he was definitely on to them, especially after the whole Congo line thing. And I definitely think it was smart of them to get rid of them. Um, let's see. Oh, Alan announces that there's going to be a roundtable before the challenge they have to do, which I thought was a little uh, unique. I would say the four people who definitely had the most suspicion on them were Donna, Michael, Jam Jam, and Ron. Um, so then we get to the round table, and Colton is going after Donna. He wants her out of there. He was like, "Oh, I see you as my mom, but I have to get rid of you now. I'm very upset with you. I think you're a traitor." Um, and then we get Ron versus Candace, and Candace is not like Ron. I think she wants him out of there ASAP. Ron is definitely not doing the greatest job as the faithful. He's definitely getting a lot of suspicion on him. And I definitely do see him getting banished soon. Um, Donna goes after Michael, which thank God. Um, this is the thing. Donna, Michael, and Ron were kind of in like a trio alliance, which they were probably the worst alliance of all time because they're all a mess. And yeah, and then Michael just kind of loses it, and then Michael goes after Jam Jam and whatever. Um, and then he calls himself the best looking. Like, is he fucking serious? Like, are you serious? Like, oh my god, this man makes me so mad. He is so full of himself and so it frustrates me. Like the best looking sir. Like at least try to, be humble because you look a mess most of the time. Like you look fucking hideous. Um and then Natalie next to him was like laughing and I was like, I would too, because like, oh my gosh. Here's the thing. If I was a faithful, I would probably always rather be a faithful than a traitor, just because I'd probably be better as a faithful than a traitor. I would vote out people not even because I think they're a faithful, but because they just straight up piss me off. Like if I was in that castle, I would have gotten out Michael and Colton so fast. Like I would have been like, yeah, you're going, goodbye. I want this place to myself. Uh Michael is a psycho. As you can see, I love Michael very much. I'm kidding. I do not like him. Um, so Donna was banished, and spoiler alert, she was the secret traitor. Um, which was a little bit gaggy, I'm not gonna lie, but like she did a really bad job as a traitor. A lot of people she almost got voted off instead of Portia. If it wasn't for Colton and Lisa's switch up, Donna would have been out of there the first round. Um, but yeah, Donna's gone. She's probably the person I care least about. I mean, how is she not going to not nominate Michael Rappaport for murder? But whatever. So then we get to the challenge, and then they get paired up into pairs. We have Dorinda and Lisa, which was kind of expected. Tiffany and Michael, which Tiffany says she's going to use Michael because Michael's, um, a the most disliked person. Oh yeah, Michael was the only person Donna thought voted out near unanimously. Michael was literally the only person to not be on the right side of the vote. It's like you cannot make this shit up. Um, then we get Natalie and Monet. I love this duo. I definitely think they're gonna go far. I think they're a cool duo. They're definitely the best staples right now, and I definitely do see them going far. Um, we have Caroline and Colton, uh, Mark and Kristen, um, Jam Jam and Steven, Candace and Tara, Rob and Maura, and Johnny and Eric. Now, Tara does not want to be partnered up with Johnny because of their whole, best friends trying to, be far away from each other. Um, by the way, every podcast episode is usually going to be from 60 to 75 minutes, maybe a little bit over. I'm not sure because I love to talk. So Ron does not get partnered with anybody, so he's automatically up for murder. Um, which I mean, he's the number one suspicious guy right now, so I don't blame him. Uh, Tiffany, oh, I already talked about that. Johnny was doing terrible in the challenge. I felt kind of bad for Eric. Eric was just stuck in there. Um, and Johnny was not doing well. He was still in the like pond thing where they had to like look for like what was it? It was like potatoes or something. Keys. I don't know what they were supposed to look for, but it was funny. Um, so the people who were nominated for murder were Kristen, Eric, Ron, Caroline, and Lisa. And obviously Lisa's a traitor, so she can't be murdered. And so it's down between the four. I'll make my predictions at the end of the podcast. Tiffany, we go back into the castle, and Tiffany is seen as a potential nominee by Colton. It's not looking too good for Tiffany right now. She's definitely in a little bit of hot water, especially in the promo. So she's definitely gonna be a huge suspicion. Next episode, they already showed her like, uh, you know, confronting Colton and Jam Jam, I think, at the round table. So it's definitely going to be a messy round table week, next episode. And so they have to do a murder face to face, and we're left off on that. That's the end of episode 3. So they have to murder people face to face. So yeah, now I kind of want to just go over my thoughts on the cast and stuff and what I think of their gameplay so far. Hold on. Okay, so here we are. Let's go over it. So first I'll go over the people who have been murdered or banished. Some of these photos are not very good quality. Some of them are accidental. Some of them I left on purpose. But yeah, like this photo of Ian, for example. I'm very sorry, Ian. He was the first one murdered. I definitely did not expect him to be the first dude. He was on Big Brother 14. He was on Big Brother 22. He won Big Brother. People already saw that as like a huge suspicion because, people said Big Brother is a cutthroat game, especially Portia. Portia was like on to him. Yeah, I think he was about as faithful as he could be. I definitely was not. It's definitely a little shocking to see him go first. I definitely did not expect it. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about his game. I mean, he didn't even really get to play the game. I mean, he was just there. I mean, he was not that great. So yeah, we'll see if he has potential, maybe in like a first boot season or something like that. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Portia Williams. Portia was banished. She was the second boot. I did not expect Portia to be the second boot. I will definitely say this is a very crazy list of people who were booted. I thought it was going to be, just some like random, like, I wanted Michael Rappaport to be the first boot, and then like someone like Mark or Steven or Tara or whatever, someone who's not really getting any screen time. Um, so yeah, Portia is banished. She was not that good of a game. In fact, she was very bad at the game. I definitely do think she had some good reads. I definitely think she tried to play this game as like hard as she could, and it just didn't work out because people get paranoid over everything. And she should have not said we killed Ian or there would be four traitors. But honestly, I don't get why they were on her about there being four traitors because every season there is about four traitors. So I don't understand why they were mad at her for saying that. Like that is a completely valid argument in my opinion. But yeah, oh, she's from Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I'm sure y'all know that. Um, but yeah, I'm a little sad to see her go because I definitely think she's amazing TV. I love her. So yeah, I'm definitely sad to see her go. Let's move on to the next person. Rob C. He was murdered. Definitely crazy that he is the third boot because I definitely thought he would go far. He's a huge potential for you know God. What was I going to say? Like to go far. So, but I definitely do think the traders were smart on getting him out because he was on to them. Like he was on to them. I know I already talked about this a little bit. Um, he's from Survivor. I have not seen a Survivor season, so I don't know what. I think he's been on two seasons, but he's. I'm gonna be honest. I think he got on here because of that huge podcast which he had. Which I mean, that's awesome. I mean, the fact that we got to see him play reality TV after 22 years is absolutely crazy. So, that's awesome. It's sad that it was cut short though. Like he should have been in that castle way longer, but sadly he was not. He was the third boot. It was sad. Next we have Donna Kelsey. She was the secret traitor, and I cannot believe she was the secret traitor. A lot of people are upset with her, which I mean they have a right to be. Um, I did find it weird that they kept calling her America's mom. It's like she's not my mom. Like seriously. Um, but yeah, it felt like they were like kind of forced to say that, you know. But yeah, she was a mess. Like she was not good at the game at all. I think she was very messy. She was very bad at the game. So yeah, I don't see her going. I never saw her making it to the end, even if I did pick her as a traitor. Like I did not see her going to the end. I definitely saw her getting booted. Um, but yeah, this is and obviously she's the mom of Travis and Jason Kelsey, and they kept saying, like the Swifties are gonna be mad at them. I love people like Candace who didn't give a fuck about the Swifties, and I think Mora flipped her off on the way out, which was hilarious because that is such a Mora thing. I didn't even watch her season of Love Island, and I'm like, okay, that is a very Mora thing. Um, but yeah, Secret Trader was poor, did really bad at the game, and yeah, these people I kind of have an order of last name, like alphabetical order, so we're just gonna kind of go over them one by one. We'll start off with Natalie. Natalie's doing very well. I don't think anyone's on to her. She has friendships with Monet. She obviously has like her Survivor alliance. I don't know if she has that because Jan Gemma and Tiffany are both in Hot Rider right now. So I feel like she's gonna be the only gamer that's actually gonna do well this season. So. um, but yeah, she's doing very well. I love her friendship with Monet. I definitely think she's gonna go far. I don't see her getting voted up, getting murdered or banished anytime soon. So yeah. Moving on. Oh, finally some clear photos. We have Jam Jam. He's from Survivor. They're both from Survivor, by the way. I forgot to mention like what they're from and stuff. Jam Jam was Jam Jam is not playing a very good game. I can definitely see him getting banished or soon. I don't think he's gonna get murdered. I definitely think he's gonna be the one to get banished. But he is not playing that good so far. People are accusing him because he, took a shell for himself, shield for himself. Very Janelle from season two coded. Um, I definitely do see him going, getting banished soon. I don't think it's gonna happen in the next episode, but I do think it's gonna happen very soon. I won't be surprised if it does happen in the next episode. Oh, that's a really bad photo. I'm sorry, Mark. Next we have Mark Ballas. He's from Dancing with the Stars. I mean, he's just kind of there. I mean, like I we I think he's only had like one confessional in these entire three episodes. Like he hasn't been really doing much. He didn't get to save Kristen. I think that was a big part of his game. But yeah, he was not there at all. It was crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, I could just kind of see him randomly getting murdered, so I won't be surprised if he does. Stephen Coletti, once again, One Tree Hill actor. Um, like just kind of irrelevant, you know. Didn't really get to see much of him. Um, Said something about like, he wants to be, he'll always give up a seat for women, which I thought was cool. Um, but yeah, he was just kind of irrelevant. Once again, same with Mark. I could just kind of see him randomly getting, murdered and stuff. But we'll see. I don't think either of them are doing too bad. They're just irrelevant and they get no screen time. I'm sorry. Next we have Candace. She's a traitor. I've already talked a little bit. I definitely do think she's gonna stay for a while, but that whole Portia and Michael thing could definitely come back to bite her. But I think she's doing a good job. A lot of people like her. I mean, she started a fucking Congo line. I mean, hello? Like, how the hell can you do that and pull off a murder? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I definitely think she's gonna go far. I like her so far. I think she's a good personality. Um, I love her eating Michael up. I think she's gonna do good in the game. But I could definitely see her getting banished soon, but we'll see. It's only episode 3. We still have like 10 more episodes to go, so we have no idea what's gonna happen. But I don't see her getting banished anytime soon, but it could happen if that makes sense. Um, Ron Funches, is that how you say his last name? I don't know. He's a comedian. Um, he's not doing that great. Everyone's suspicious of him because of the Porsche votes, which I mean, I do kind of feel bad, but he kind of put himself in that situation. Um, Unfortunately, once again, people will get suspicious over an eye look. So, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's definitely gonna get banished very soon with Jam Jam and stuff. So yeah, I don't see him making it very far into the game. So yeah, I definitely think he's going to be banished soon, and I think he's playing pretty badly. Maura Higgins, um, she's very entertaining. I did not expect to like her. I think she was a mess. Um, but like she is so funny. Just her accent is just hilarious. She's just hilarious. Yeah, she's definitely made for reality TV. Um, so I don't think anyone's looking at her. I think she's gonna be 100% a faithful, like Chriselle from last season. Like you will not, you cannot see her as a traitor. I think it'd be silly to see her as a traitor. So I definitely think the only way she'll get out is if she's murdered. All right, we'll move on to the next one. So yeah, Mora so far not bad, not good, just like right here. But I definitely do see her going decently far. Kristen Kish, she is up for uh, murder. Once again, she hasn't been in the episodes very much. She was on Chopped Chef. I do remember seeing her on an episode of Chopped when I was in the hotel room. Um, in a hotel room. So I did recognize her. I did like that she called out Michael. That was cool. She's just kind of irrelevant. She's not really doing much. I don't think she's gonna get murdered. I definitely do think like she's gonna have a big moment. It's just we don't know when it's gonna happen. Tara Lipinski. She's an Olympic ice skater. I literally thought this was Gabby from last season. Like I literally thought it was Gabby. I did not think. I was like, this is the Olympic skater. Like She looks so much like Gabby. She's doing fine. I think she's a little bit. She's kind of in the background, just not doing anything. But I think she's a little bit more in. I don't think she's like out like like Mark or Steven are. I think she's doing a little bit more. Once again, I don't see her getting banished anytime soon. I just see her getting murdered. So yeah, we'll see what happens with her. I'm interested to see her dynamic with Johnny and how that's gonna go, and if they're gonna like be besties at like the end. So yeah, Tara, kind of hard to hear. We didn't get really see her in a lot of screen. Dorinda Medley. I think Dorinda is gonna be like the 100% faithful. Uh, I don't see her getting murdered. I see her getting banished. I don't think she's gonna get banished anytime soon. Um, I could see her making it to the end. Once again, sorry. I remember that photo being blurry. Oh, sorry. She's from like the Real Housewives. She was from last season. She got murdered first. I think I already mentioned that. They brought her back because a lot of people thought it was horrible that she got murdered first. Which I mean, she was definitely great entertainment. So I don't blame them. Um, Dorinda, yeah, she's just kind of in the middle. But like with Tara, I think she's a little bit more outspoken. I don't see her getting murdered. I just see her getting banished because she's I feel like 100% people. Like no one's gonna suspect her. Um, Tiffany Mitchell. I love Tiffany on Big Brother. Um, sorry. Um, I voted for her as America's favorite house guest, and she won. I was so freaking happy. She's had a little controversy because she hanging out with Michael Rappaport, which, I mean, I don't blame her. Like, why would you hang out with Michael Rappaport? Like, come on, Tiffany. But anyways, I'm from the next episode. It doesn't look so great, but I know her, and I know she's gonna pull out of it. I do not see her getting banished in the next episode. I definitely do think she might get banished soon, but I definitely don't think it's going to be in the next episode. I definitely think it's going to be in the future. Um, but we'll see. She'll come out of it. I definitely think she'll come out of, whatever like trouble she is in. So yeah, we'll see about that. Monet Exchange. So far, Monet has been doing really well as a faithful. She's up there with Natalie. Like, I don't think anyone's going to suspect her. I think she's going to go very far in the game. I don't think the traitors are after her and stuff. So yeah, I see her going very far in the game along with Natalie. I definitely do see them as like the winning faithfuls, and I'd be happy with it. Way better than the faithfuls who won the last season of the game. Eric Nam. He was kind of irrelevant a little bit, but he did kind of have a little bit of a voice in the most recent episode. He sacrificed himself for Johnny, which I thought was cool. Um, I think he was also like telling the traitors, don't murder me, please, don't murder me, don't murder me. I could see him getting murdered, but I don't think so yet. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too early. Oh, Michael Rappaport. Obviously doing horrible at the game. I'm not just saying that because I don't like him. Like he's straight up doing horrible. Everyone's after him. I don't think he's gonna get banished anytime soon, of course. But in the next episode. But I definitely do see him getting banished soon. And God, I hope it's soon. I think Michael, Jam Jam, and Ron are definitely in the worst state as it comes to faithfuls. Um, yeah, now we have Rob Roush. I think he's doing good as a trader. He's not really making any waves. No one's suspecting him. Everyone loves him, which I'm shocked because if you see Love Island, this guy's a little bit of a villain. So, it's definitely a little shocking that people, I don't know, maybe his villain tendencies will come out soon. Once again, it's only the first 3 episodes, so we can't really blame people for, trusting him immediately. Oh my God, look at those tattoos. Anyways, uh, yeah, I don't see him going home anytime soon. I think he'll make it far. I don't see him winning though for some reason. I have a feeling he's going to probably get banished at some point. Same with Lisa. Lisa's not doing anything bad right now, but I do have a good feeling she's getting banished at some point. I definitely don't see her lasting forever. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, Sorry about that. She's definitely, you know, there were people a little bit suspicious of her. Like I think Candace before she found out she was a traitor, Portia. So she's definitely on a little bit of people's radar, but I don't think she's going to go home anytime soon, if that makes sense. But I definitely do see her getting banished. I don't see her winning just yet. I really don't see it. Um, Caroline Stanbury, she's kind of boring. She's just I haven't seen her season of Real Housewives, so I can't really say what I really think about her. But I just think she's kind of boring, and I could definitely see her getting murdered in the next episode. So yeah, that's all I have to say about her. Colton, he's kind of pissing me off. I mean, they're trying to make him another Dylan Efron so bad, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. Strategic wise, I think he's doing good, but I definitely think it's going to catch up to him, and I think people are going to vote him out just like he did with Peter. Um, he does kind of look like Peter. Am I the only one who sees that? Oh, and guys, did you know that he's gay? I had no idea. Like, oh my gosh. This is the last guy? Oh yeah. Oh my god, this is the last one. Okay, Johnny. Johnny is kind of up there with Tara and Dorinda. He's not really doing much. Just I think he's likable enough, but I think he'll definitely get murdered because of how likable he is. But once again, I would like to see, how his relationship with Tara is going to go. That's going to be interesting. And yeah, that's kind of it on my thoughts on the cast. So let's go back here. Stop sharing. All right. I hope that was recording the whole time. I'm not sure. Um, Basically, I think my predictions for who's going to be murdered is going to be Caroline. She just hasn't really done much, and I definitely could see her. But I could also see Eric. I don't know. It's a conflicting one. But my prediction is probably going to be Caroline. I don't see them murdering Eric. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I might change my opinion. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to change it to Eric, I think. I think Eric's going to be the one to get murdered. I don't know. He had like I didn't see Caroline a lot, but Eric, they put a lot. And I know reality TV editing. I know like whoever like gets like a long edit is about to have something big happen in the next episode. So yeah. And for my prediction for who's going to get banished, I think it's going to be Ron who's going to get banished. I really want it to be Michael, but I unfortunately do not think it's going to happen. Ron has a lot of suspicion right now. I could see Michael getting banished. Oh God, I would love for that to happen, but I unfortunately think it's going to be Ron that's going to get banished. A lot of people are suspicious of him, and I think a lot of people just don't trust him. Um, but yeah, that's going to come to the end of my podcast. So let me go over what I have in store. Someone's outside my, not someone's outside my house. It's my sister. Okay, so on Friday we have Traitors episode 4 recap, and yeah, that's basically all that's gonna happen this week. So I will be watching the episode tomorrow, and I will give my details or my thoughts about it on Friday. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my first. Oh shoot, so sorry. Thank you guys for watching my first ever episode. I had a lot of fun, and it was good to get these thoughts out because I feel like I needed to talk to someone about it. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see where this season goes. Let me know what you guys think of this season so far. Do you like this season? Do you not like this season? And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep up daily uh, updates with Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And make sure you go follow my Instagram. Can you follow people on Spotify? No, you can't. Okay, so sorry. I don't use Spotify, so you know. Um, make sure you follow my Instagram and TikTok, all under the same name, Gary Gossips Reality. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.